Yes, guys, welcome from me, player profile time and the Championship Manager 0102, and this is another request for you coming right up. There you see Pablo Aimar. What a player! I mean, even by looking at this game that I fired up here 10 years in, what a fucking beast! Absolute beast of an Argentine. But what we'll do is we will start with his credentials as a real life player. Just think it might be a little bit easy to do that. Now he's actually the same age as me. I think he's like a month older than me. Born in Argentina, of course. Had the credentials, you know. And he's got a good record to back himself up in terms of Argentine. Never really did it as well within Europe, but I'll let you make your own assessment on that. Started out as a youth player, pretty much in Argentina. Of course, it was always going to be in Argentina. Estudiantes Rio Carta. He was there at the age of like 6 years old. 6 years old until like 13, and then at 13 was his big move as a youth player at River Plate, and he was there till 17. But whilst he was still under youth at River Plate until 1997, he believe he made his debut at 16 years of age, because from 1996 to 2000, when he was officially with River Plate Seniors, he made over 82 appearances, 21 goals. So in hindsight, when you look at it right, 20 years of age, by 20 years of age, he'd made 82 appearances for River Plate. That is quite something. But it says 90. What I read up was it was from 96. It was a bit, again, it was contradicting information I read, because it says he was a youth player from 93 to 97. He was a senior player from 96 to 2000. Go figure. In 2001, of course, this is where he starts in CM. He got a move to Valencia. Now, Valencia, up until 2006, made over 160 odd appearances, 20 odd goals. Remember, he's an attacking midfielder, so I don't have access to how many goals he may have assisted. I would imagine it's in double figures at least. So, you know, but this is why a lot of people say, well, he didn't score many goals, but he wasn't a striker. You know, don't judge a player almost. From Valencia, he stayed in Spain, and he moved to Zaragoza for a couple of years, from 06 to 08. Again, another 50 odd appearances, half a dozen goals. Now, from 08 to 2013, he moved to Portugal, one of the big giants of Portugal. He moved to Benfica. Again, he capped another 100 odd appearances, did really, really well. In 2013, so of course you've got to think to yourself, yeah, he would be about 33 years of age, probably starting to go down a little bit. He moved to a Malaysian club. Now, did he go for the money? I don't know. Did Malaysia have money in 2013? I don't know. But he moved to a team called Johor Darul Tozam FC in Malaysia. All I know is that he made 8 appearances. And that was from 2013 to 2014. Now, in 2015, only for this year, he returned to River Plate. He only had 1 game, so I don't know. It's hard to know what he was there as. Was he there on loan? Was he there short term or what? But you know, that's that. He returned to River Plate, and I've said this before about other players. I don't like to see players not accept it almost, and they end up. I look at their history, and they get shitter and shitter and shitter, and they end up at a really fucking shit team. Bit like Chris Waddle, Paul Gascoigne, and there's a couple more. But I don't mind if they end up at the team that they started at, so sort of full circle. But that weren't the end, because from 2015, this is an interesting read here, because in 2015 he was at River Plate. Now that's all he was. In 2018, so 5 years ago, 38 years of age, he returned to his first youth club. Is it Estudiantes Rio Carta? But he didn't make any appearances, but he was a registered player. So, and he was only there for during 2018. So again, very, very interesting. But didn't make any appearances. In total, over 400 appearances and over 60 odd goals. In terms of Argentina, under 17s, under 20s, bizarrely didn't do the under 21s. Do they have an under 21s in Argentina? They fucking must. But from 1999, which is when he made his debut for Argentina, to 2009. Now that's interesting, because I didn't realise he made his last international appearance at the age of 29, and I especially didn't realise he made his debut at the age of 19-20. So quite interesting, really, that he didn't make any more international appearances. 52 games, 8 goals for the Argentina national team. Now, managerial, again, this is a bit of an interesting one. In 2017, he was in charge of the Argentinian under-17s. A year later, he was the assistant. So, almost like sorry, let me start that again. So, in 2017, Argentina under-17 manager. In 2018, he was the assistant for Argentina seniors. So, certainly a promotion, I would feel, you know. But, according to my check-in, currently, he's a head coach again of Argentina 2017. For fuck's sake. Don't make any sense, do I? He's back in charge of the Argentinian under-17. So he was in charge of them in 2017. This is what's making it confused. He left to become the assistant for all the Argentina national team in 2018. But here we are, 2023, and he's back in charge of the Argentine under-17s. Or he is the head coach. So, I don't know, that's quite an interesting one. But let's now look at him from a CM perspective. Well, firing up a 10-year game, everything playable. There you see. So started out as Valencia. Let's start from there. First season was a bit shit. But you can see, from a simulation management game perspective, he scores more goals. Valencia, second season, did very, very well. 21 goals, 13. You know, he's banging them in. He's very, very prolific. Depends where he's played, I suppose. Got his move to the Premiership, to Arsenal. And what a cracking season for Arsenal. 16 goals. Sorry, I said about goals, didn't I? I was reading the wrong thing. Assists, 21 assists. He's very, I mean, look at that. Even last season at Lazio, so at the age of 30 years of age, absolute cracking season with 18 assists, 19 goals. Very, very prolific. Now, I don't know off the top of my head if he don't start with Spanish second nationality. I'm pretty sure he don't. He'll get that. He would have got that roughly around here after 4 or 5 years in Spain. So if you buy him in England, he will be a non-EC. But definitely a very, very prolific player. And if you can get him, he's worth it. He is worth it. I mean, his figures would have actually gone down a little bit. But, you know, when you look at these sort of attributes, I think probably CM portrayed him to turn out a little bit better than what he did in real life, to be fair. But a quality player. Very much an assist machine. I mean, an attacking midfielder, when you are getting double figures of goals and assists, then you're onto something special. I mean, from 03-04 to 05-06, I mean, there you see 3 years in succession. I mean, and then you see that Valencia season 02, season 2, 21 assists, and that's at the age of 22, 23, of course, or whatever it was. Absolutely fucking insane. But without doubt, his best season came last season in terms of average rating, 790. Absolutely stunning. Still got a very high auto value, and definitely worth it. And that is Pablo Aimar. If you've got anything you want to add with this great Argentine, if you've got any experiences, anything you want to share with us from your games, share it with us. And if you want anything doing within CM, let me know. Let me chuck it on the list. Till next time from me, guys, take it easy.